Sorry, it's very hot.
What is that?
So it's got...
So water.
It's got water.
Don't be spraying that on the microphones,
me.
Thomas.
It's only a little mist. It is good though, isn't it? Hello everyone, welcome to Out of the Loop. My name is Tom.
My name is Chris.
And I'm Dave.
I want to start this episode by saying that, we've all said things that we possibly regret. Neither of you two fancy saying that?
God, no. That looks so cheesy, nonsensical rubbish.
Is there something you particularly regret saying?
We realise the mistakes that we have made, all of us, and Dave, start the apology, my friend.
Aquaman looks shit. There's no getting away from it.
We're sorry.
Yeah.
It just looks
Hashtag
a bit
sorry,
rubbish.
not sorry. It looks terrible.
If you disagree with us in any way about anything we have say on here, just tell us. But tell us why.
Or, when we request a response, taking the time to answer your...
juvenile questions.
The thing is, the people watching this aren't going to be the ones that
No, I know. That's what annoys me.
Comment.
They've just, stuck their head in,
said
something mean, then buggered off.
How much do you like zoos, boys?
Zoos?
Zoos.
Not a lot.
I like a good zoo.
Right.
I don't like... You go to a bad... have you ever been to a bad zoo? You must have been. Well, it sounds like any zoo to you is a bad...
You must have been. Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Look at you. You'd only go to a bad zoo. I'll be honest. I think London Zoo is a bad zoo.
It is a bad zoo.
I haven't... I think I've been there when I was a kid.
There's
nothing
London Zoological
really there.
Society, whatever they're called,
Yeah.
are very good, but
Yeah.
London Zoo itself is awful.
It's just kind of crammed into a corner
Because
of Regent's
it
Park.
is an old Victorian
Yeah.
zoo that's got no place to expand.
Yeah.
Well, then, Egyptian Zoo is even better because it paints a donkey black and white and tries to pass it off as a zebra.
That was my story.
That was your one story.
Dave's only
Yeah, that was my one
story.
story. The zebra was spotted at Cairo Zoo by a chap earlier this month. He was intrigued by the odd-looking animal, so took a closer look, only to realise he was looking at an ass.
Would you feel conned if you went to a zoo and they had donkeys painted as zebras?
I don't particularly like zoos in general.
Why?
I just don't... I don't get enjoyment out of them, and I don't think the animals do either.
Have you ever see animals just in a zoo, just walking around
It's
in
horrible.
a circle?
I think it's horrible. And I'm not all for, I don't want to hurt any animals or anything like that, and I'm not like a tree hugger. I eat meat. I don't give a shit any of that.
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
But I just think it's sad.
I
just look at it and I just think it's sad.
I remember going to a zoo sort of local to this area. I will not name. Fuck off.
Sorry, I thought it was a guessing game.
So this unknown zoo that nobody knows of it was a panther, I think, and it was just walking around in a circle. And they are such incredible animals.
Yeah.
And it's just bored out of its brain.
Would I feel conned? Yes, because otherwise why tell me the animal's there? That's terrible.
If they have advertised new zebras,
Yeah, and I turn up and I'm not getting my fill of zebras, my real fill of zebras.
you're getting donkeys painted as...
Yeah.
To be
Like,
fair,
who wouldn't-
they're not that different, are they?
But they are. If you look at the two of them, they're sort of the
but
same. They are
you see
equine.
them so rarely, it's
I
got
dunno.
black and white stripes.
I
Who
would
cares?
definitely spot a painted zebra,
I'm not
a
saying you
painted
wouldn't
donkey.
spot it. You might well spot it, but I think there's a certain novelty to going. I'd actually
animals
quite
aren't
enjoy to
actually
go
the
to a
animals.
zoo where every animal is not actually the animal that it says it is, and you have to kind of half guess. Chicken dressed up as a turkey,
Yeah.
or kind
Then
of
it becomes educational at that point.
yeah. Well, you've got to kind of work
What
things
two
out for yourself.
animals have we melded together here? I read a story recently about someone who had I think it was in Russia, of someone who bought a dog, and a puppy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And they had this, and then as the puppy was getting bigger, it started getting a lot more aggressive and freakishly strong. So they took it to a vet, and they turned around and said, "It's a bear." It's not a dog at all. It's a bear.
You've been raising a bear.
That's remarkable.
Proposals, as in marriage proposals, are quite a big deal.
I
Would you
do.
agree?
He's asking me live on the show. I do.
Okay, better tell Natalie. There's a ring to be bought, lots of planning involved, and of course the pre-proposal jitters. Did you have jitters when you proposed to Mrs. A?
No, but I hadn't planned it.
Did you not?
No, we
Did you get drunk and just go? Oh,
No, we weren't drunk. We were sat on a couch at home on New Year's Eve,
So romantic.
talking about what we were going to do in the upcoming year.
And you just went.
And I said, "Do you fancy getting married this year?" And she didn't. I don't think she believed me. So she said, "What, really?" I said, "Yeah."
She went, who too?
yeah. She said, "What, to you?" A week or two later, and we went and bought a ring.
Where did you get down on one knee afterwards, or did you feel like, oh, was no point? I did the sofa thing.
No, I'd already asked.
Anyway, proposal jitters.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, there's a story.
Proposal
Yeah.
jitters. Will they say yes? Will they think you've done a good job? With what? The ring, I guess.
Or bending
The
down.
ring, yeah, the whole setup.
Yeah, the whole shebangs. There's also a
Let's
lot
hope
that
she
can
does.
go wrong.
If she hasn't by then, why are you marrying her?
Whoops.
Diamonds can be messed up, people can interrupt, and as one woman discovered, the ring can get stuck inside you. The story of a woman who wanted to give her boyfriend a Kinder surprise has been shared in a new book by former junior doctor Adam Kay. Called "This Is Going to Hurt: Confessions of a Junior Doctor." The book. Oh, brilliant! Thanks for that. That's marvelous. Fucking phone. Brilliant. Just completely changed something else.
What
Thanks,
is
technology.
happening? Is
Dunno.
there like an EMP grenade going off or something? It's affecting our phones.
Is it Aquaman?
It is. It's the ghost of Aquaman.
Yeah.
He's not dead. Do you know anything
The film's
about
dead.
Aquaman?
Yeah,
The film's dead already,
Dead
mate.
to me.
Oh my god, please. By the way, we're at the halfway point now. Why don't you give it a like? Because you've enjoyed it so far.
Yeah. And
Just-
you might as well subscribe.
While
'cause
you're here.
we're filming more than one of these tonight.
Yeah, so
We're
you
in for the
better
long haul.
get on it before otherwise.
Just gave them finger guns.
No,
Anyway.
If that doesn't get a like and a subscribe, I don't know what will.
I saw it. I tried to continue talking just to save you the embarrassment, but you brought it up and did it again.
Did it again. Oh well. The book provides a novelisation of Adam's time on the front line for the NHS. Nestled among the pages is the bizarre story of a proposal gone horribly wrong. The woman, who for obvious reasons remains anonymous, is said to have decided to take advantage of the leap year tradition that sees women propose to their partners on February 29th.
Nice.
Is that a tradition thing, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. For her romantic proposal, she chose to buy an engagement ring, put it inside a Kinder egg, and then inserted it into her vagina. The plan was simple. She would suggest some finger work for her partner. He would discover it, retrieve it, and then she would drop down on one knee.
You wouldn't. You would look at it and go, "Oh God, I think you shit up your vagina."
I'd be thinking, what kind of kinky shit are you into?
Yeah.
It would.
Or just
look
like, oh my god, she's a chicken.
it would look like a melted mess. Has she got the
I
chocolate in
don't
there?
know if she's put the ring in the fucking Kinder egg, mate.
You stop calling me fucking mate, yeah?
She's already eaten the chocolate, hasn't
But
she?
hold on.
No,
Yeah,
in
oh,
a
right.
chocolate egg.
I'm
I
thinking
believe.
she's then put the chocolate back together
Yeah,
again.
I think that's
melted
what's
it.
happened. Yeah. So equal parts unexpected, disgusting, and I suppose romantic, writes Adam. However, what the lady hadn't anticipated was that the Kinder egg would get stuck. The egg had been inserted. Oh, am I reading this wrong? The egg had been inserted vertically, but later turned horizontal inside her vagina.
They can be tricky, them eggs.
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
No amount of shuggling from either of them would get this particular goose to lay her
What?
golden
Shuggling?
egg.
What's
That
shuggling?
is Mr. Adam, whatever his name was, the doctor's words.
Oh yeah.
I imagine that, you know, a bit off.
That's sugarling.
So he does it in his house.
He added, remarkably, she was so keen to maintain the surprise she wouldn't tell him what she'd done or why. She popped the question anyway, and her boyfriend said yes. Then they sped off to the hospital where they were attended to by Adam. He successfully removed the egg with the help of forceps and presented the fiancée with it, along with a pair of latex gloves.
I
Thankfully,
think
he
it's
took them.
nice. It sounds romantic.
And it's not necessarily clarified, but it just says egg. It doesn't say
Yeah, well,
the
I'm
toy
gonna-
bit.
Well,
It
otherwise,
just says egg.
Why?
How-
If it says egg to me, that means the chocolate.
nah.
Well, Kinder Egg makes me think the chocolate. You said Kinder Egg. Otherwise, it's not. It's just the plastic within the Kinder Egg.
Which is effectively all you want the Kinder egg for.
No, I love that chocolate.
Yeah, the chocolate's pretty damn
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, but then have a bueno.
No, I don't
Can't
like
eat
that. I don't-
Brenos, thank
don't
you.
like
I've
the
got
creamy.
disease.
Right.
I'm considerate of you.
Slammed you were there. Slammed.
I was.
Shut. I don't like the creaminess. It makes it sickly.
Oh, mate. I think Kinder Buenos are one of the nicest. And
Oh,
I
they are nice.
don't like sickly stuff. I think Kinder Buenos are one of the nicest chocolates, aren't they?
Oh no, it gets a bit much.
Controversy. I'm sure someone on YouTube is getting very offended.
Do
by
you like
Dave's-
Kinder Bueno? Leave us a comment and explain why I'm wrong.
Please.
This is a time that they can comment while they listen to a bit of music.
Or they could just pause it.
No, because then our video's longer and we get more of them views or hits or something that YouTube wants us to get. Chinese family, they've come under... Please do not read it because you've already read it now and you've ruined the laughter moment because you're an arse. And you've read it now as well.
I mean, you were the one who insisted on having your spunk-covered laptop sat
It's
out.
not spunk!
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
Chinese family comes under fire for tattooing phone number on mentally challenged son's forearm.
Well, I mean, I
Very
suppose
practical.
they couldn't put a collar on him.
So they've attracted criticism for tattooing their home phone number on his arm. Basically, so if he gets lost, like you would with a dog, put a
Right.
collar.
Yeah, like...
Um,
This is going to sound controversial, right? But would everybody be just as up in arms if they'd had him chipped? Like you have done to a dog, where you have like a
yeah.
a chip
My
put
cats are
under the
chipped,
skin. Yeah.
I think that will become more acceptable in the future.
Well,
What?
it's bio
Chips?
I
bio something, isn't it?
Chipping your kid will become
Well, there was
more acceptable.
There was a
do you know
guy who put he took the bit of an Oyster card out.
Yeah,
that
and he put it
actually
under
does,
his
and he put it
skin, yeah.
under his skin as his own thing, and then and he got done for it.
Have you ever seen the guy who put it in the end of a magic wand and then ran around dressed like a wizard, just tapping himself in and out? That was brilliant.
I haven't seen that,
That
but I
was
would
brilliant.
I would enjoy watching that.
Anyway, on the
Find
morning of July 22nd, police Wenzhou, China, received reports of a young boy walking aimlessly on the local highway. 10 minutes later, a police patrol spotted the boy and after guiding him to safety, stopped their car to ask him some questions. It was clear from the beginning that the child suffered from some sort of mental disability, as he was unable to provide basic information like his name or age. That's quite severe.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
wandering the street, like...
Mm.
I'm not saying that there aren't people that aren't disabled to that point, but you then don't let them wander the streets if
I
they
imagine
can't.
they didn't just go, go for a run.
Yeah.
Oh,
go
you
for
think
a
he
run.
just escaped?
No, I think... well, that like, it sounds terrible, but yeah, I imagine
But
he,
that's
he,
what
he
happened.
got
Imagine
out.
Yeah.
He got out. I've left the gate.
I mean, I
open,
imagine
he's
he
got out.
wandered off.
This
Look,
is the
that's-
irony of this story, is
Yeah.
we've essentially been talking about him like a dog.
Yeah, and then so the parents went, I'll just tattoo him.
Yeah,
Tattoo
but
his phone number.
to be fair, I'm father of a toddler, and he will quite happily just go
Oh,
and stroll. So we have to make sure the side gate to the house is shut. 'Cause
Yeah.
If he goes in the garden,
He'll go.
if there's something he wants, he's not running away. But if there's something
No.
he wants to see, he doesn't have that sense of
I shouldn't be doing
I shouldn't do
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. Where have you got your phone number tattooed on your child? Back of the neck.
I when
It's just a barcode.
I didn't go with tattooing. I just stamp it on his forehead every morning.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. After searching the boy for anything that could help them identify him, one of the officers noted a series of numbers that appeared to have been scribbled on his forearm. It turned out to be a tattoo.
Is that
Now-
the real picture?
So, yes.
So have they moved?
So
Yeah.
it looks like it. Yes, it looks like they have moved and put two numbers on his arm.
And had the old number
Scrubbed
tattooed,
Scribbled.
scribbled, not properly, not
No.
covered with sort of some fancy design like you might do if you were covering up on
No.
tattoos gone wrong or whatever.
Yeah, no, they've just, like a biro's gone through it. It didn't take long for the officers to figure out that the tattoo was a phone number, which they immediately dialed. Luckily, the boy's mother picked up. Luckily. Oh, yeah, that's mine, the tattoo boy. And she provided the policeman with the family address, so the boy was returned safely home. Still, the officer couldn't help but ask the mother why she opted to tattoo the phone number directly onto the boy's arm, as this was obviously not the most practical choice. At one point, the family changed their phone number, so the old one had to be crossed out with a tattoo gun and the new one underneath. This surely has caused the boy unnecessary suffering. The child is intellectually disabled and she has our phone number tattooed on her forearm because of this, the woman said.
Well, this is the thing. If you sort of, and I know you can't, if you strip the emotion away, it's a very clever thing to do.
And it worked.
And it worked.
It did,
Yes,
it did exactly what it was intended to do, which is
Fine, but would a collar have worked as well?
you can't put a
You
collar
can't
on.
put a collar on
Really?
people.
I think you could put a collar on a child more than you could put a tattoo on a child.
Do you remember those key rings that had like the long curly bit that people would have their wallets attached to?
Yeah.
There used to be a disabled guy at I think it was my primary school, and he had his wallet and like his identification was just in one of those, and it wasn't just hooked to his trousers like with one of the little clips.
Yeah.
It was actually the key ring had been put through his belt loop.
Yeah.
So that he couldn't lose it. So he couldn't pull it off. Couldn't take it out. Couldn't unclip it and drop it.
Yeah.
That seems like a slightly more sensible option than either tattooing or putting a collar on it, as you suggest. But yeah, I
tattooing
think that
is a very extreme.
Especially when you
Plus,
change.
what if they move again? And it wasn't a short number either.
No, it's relatively
It's
long.
quite-
Well, you got to get
like
you got to get the code in there as well. 'Cause you never know
because you
where-
never know how far they'll go.
Exactly.
It's not necessarily going to be local
It's
data.
plausible, and I appreciate I am defending the tattooing of children, but you could say, well, if there was something in a wallet or a card or something, it's possible that child could lose that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, if there is no way of identifying the child, and the child cannot say, I am X, I live at Y, child just gets taken into care.
Or always
I
wears
mean, I
a
am
collar.
reading on from, but it does say that the police officer advised people that in similar situations that they can actually register a disabled person's fingerprints with the police.
Yeah.
So if they get found,
actually would probably be a
Yeah.
lot more sensible.
or
yeah.
you can just pop a sturdy bracelet on them.
Generally, probably not a good idea to tattoo your kids, but it does work.
That's the thing.
It's one off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works.
Yin and yang there, isn't there? It's not a good idea, but it's an effective one.
So we've had a lot of people, because we do reaction trailers every so often, and that seems to get us in the views, and we get a lot of comments because of it. A lot of people suggesting things for us to watch, which is lovely in itself, because it's like, oh, I want to see you guys react to this trailer or this trailer.
Thanks very much.
The biggest problem with that is that we only meet up once a week generally, and if we don't time it right, there seems to be
We miss the boat,
We
and they
miss-
don't become very relevant.
and then we don't
Sorry.
get the views that we kind of want. So although I love your suggestions,
I suppose we could do, if you want to send us some money, we could just do a personalised video.
well, doesn't
Yeah,
it got to be
we'll review
personalised?
something for
Personal,
you.
yeah, we can review something.
If you want to, send us the
your
money.
own movie.
Yeah,
Make a movie.
I'd be afraid of that.
yeah,
Make your own movies, and we'll tell you what we think of them.
yeah.
We'll react to them.
Yeah, do that.
Chris Lamkin wants to know why we did not watch it, and we mostly talked over the trailer for Mowgli. He wrote this 4 days ago, by the way.
Mostly talked over it because I thought I'd seen the film before because it looked so much like the Disney one.
Dave.
What? No, it's that.
They do
I'm
look-
just
they do look
restating
alike. They do look
A
alike.
fact that we highlighted as we watched said trailer for Mowgli, that it looked an awful lot like the Jon Favreau one.
Raising Hades, he put on our Aquaman trailer where we got a fistful of hate, I like to call it. Stupid people reacting should be your channel name.
I still like that.
Chris, you responded to this one, didn't you?
I
thought
did.
Thanks for your constructive criticism. This was a really well-rounded argument you put together there. So far, no response.
No, of course not.
No response.
No one wants to take responsibility for their actions, Tom.
We did have someone that agreed with us. Sorceress77. My reaction exactly watching the trailer. So cringeworthy. It's well tacky. I was very glad to see that comment. I was like, we're not the
Thank
only
God.
people.
We salute you.
Do you think the 77 in Sorceress's name
Is age.
indicates age?
I would
in
have
which
thought so.
case,
more
She's got
akin to
more
our
brains.
age
she's
group.
in which case she's had more time to consider whether or not a trailer is worth or a trailer is any good, rather than just going.
It's about something I like, therefore I like it.
Right. If you like this, please do give it a like. Please do
Share, subscribe.
share. Yep, all of them. Send us money to watch your trailers. We'll do that. That was something we mentioned at some point.
I'd love it if someone asked us for
Yeah.
bank
What?
details.
To what?
Send us what's the Bad Time Babble bank account so that they can send us a cash transfer so that
Here
we can
comes
record
the
their own
money.
personalised reaction video where
Oh.
we just shit on a film that they think is going to be excellent.
Yeah,
We'll do a full film. That's a bit more
We'll watch
money.
a whole film for you and then tell everybody why it's rubbish.
We have proven that if something is good and worthy of positive commentary, we will give it.
Of course.
Oh
just
yeah,
there's
we're
a
not
lot of-
just crapping on things
Yeah.
for the sake of
There's
it.
just a lot of.
Just rubbish movies out
dirge.
of
We're
them.
not
Yeah.
negative Nancy's.
I'm looking forward to Mission Impossible.
Apparently, it is
Fallout.
very good.
Yep, 5 stars in Empire.
I can tell you hold Empire to a high
regard.
Yeah.
Empire's like the equivalent of FHM to Total Film's Nuts.
Mm.
Oh, I quite like
one there for the millennials.
Oh, you would do, because you're
I
like
thought
a
they
little
could.
horn dog.
No, I thought at one point they had a really good balance between sort of like really stupid
Tits and
juvenile
stories, yeah.
or sex stuff and actually some really interesting articles.
Kind of
Really
like what Lad
interesting
Bible
stuff.
got
Yeah.
to at one
And
point.
I thought it was. There was some really interesting stuff, but entertaining and silly stuff.
Yeah.
And then it just went all tits, and it's like, well, I might as well buy porno.
You sound like the kind of person who says, "Yeah, I buy pornos, but it's only for the stories."
No, he sounds
I,
like...
I only buy it not for the pictures. I buy it for
I'm
the
the kind of
stories. I
person
like the
who would-
literature.
I would just buy because why would you buy Zoo for the titties?
You know what?
They were just an added bonus.
He sounds like he was 15 when he started reading Nuts, and then by the time he got to 17,
Yeah,
he was like,
I
why
discovered-
do I want this? I'll
Yeah.
just get porn mag because I'm old enough and I can...
I haven't even
On
got.
the internet's a thing.
I haven't even got to go down the woods anymore.
Yeah.
I still think that's a lost art.
It's not
It
an
is.
art.
It is. It's not an art. It's just. But it is a. It's
people,
just
future
a lost.
generations
a
are
lost,
going to lose out
It's
on
a
that.
rite of passage, or
To
it was a
find
rite of
porn
passage
in public.
for word to spread, and not on Twitter. Word of mouth
Yeah.
Yep.
to spread round the playground at school, or just round like summer holidays. Someone racing up to you on their bike. Danny's found porn in the woods,
Yeah.
and literally everyone just jumping on their bike.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is it? One tatty old page that's
Yeah.
been like rained on, or possibly
you would-
something
Good
where-
enough, though. Good enough.
You
And then-
frequently find one page.
Yeah, and there would be. It would just be like that. Where, let me see. Let me see. Oh, I can see it. Oh my god, it's so amazing.
Do any of you remember finding porn in the woods? Or
Put it in
some
the
other
comments
public
below.
place? Tell us where.
Stop asking them to put it in the comments. Actually,
Well,
get our
We want the
comments.
comments.
Yeah, put it in the comments below.
Put it in the comments below. We'll answer, and then you can ignore us forever.
Yeah.
And then listen to us moan about it, because you should definitely subscribe, because there's some really positive stuff coming.
Because we might mention you again. We might slag you off and give you another reason to hate us. Maybe.